Yo, it's Trucker J Roseanne. This is my 1 year review of working at US Foods. Let's get it. So being here at US Foods is honestly a complete blessing. It's been a blessing for me, my family. I've been able to help other people working here. Damn, it's hot. But I started November 7th of last year, 2022, and I made my 1 year November 7th, 2023. So being here, well, first off, the hiring process was long as hell. It took like a month for me to even have orientation, But the reason that is because the person who interviewed me, he quit, and they had to find somebody else and hire them. And I guess, then they came back to me. I don't know, but it took entirely too long. It took like a month and a half. After I left my last over-the-road company, I left them because wasn't no money. They wasn't making no money. She had a new authority. At the time I was driving for an owner operator, because when you a SAP driver, you got to get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? You got to take what you could get whenever it's offered to you. And they had this owner operator that called me when I was doing applications on Indeed before I got to US Food. She called me, said, "Hey, I need a driver. Can you come drive for me?" Negotiated the pay. She was giving me 20% per load, and which is trash. I was trying to get 25 at least, but that's when Liberty Haulers was done. So I had to get back in the truck. I still got responsibilities. I still got bills. Still got kids to take care of. So I had to get it. I had to get it, man. So I had to sacrifice, and I went and got in her damn truck. The damn truck was miserable. The loads weren't the best loads, but the work ethic that I have, I was getting multiple loads. Like sometimes I try to get like 2 loads a day, when I could, because I was just that, I was hungry. I always had a hungry mentality. So fast forward, stopped working for her because the truck kept breaking down. It sucked working for her because I wasn't making really good money. Like the first check I had was from working for that owner operator was $1,600, right? Every check after that was dwindling down. 16, 13, 14, 11, you know what I'm saying? Just 1,000. And it got to a point where, she was taking money from loads that I did to pay me for the previous week. So it's like the next time I got paid, the check was still short because you took money from that check to make my check that was coming look better. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, man? So I was when she was doing that, I was like, nah, it's over with, it's done. Like I maybe worked for her like another 2 weeks, but when I heard that she was doing that, I got to applying. I was like, if I'm making local money over the road, why am I over the road? And I'm always thinking to myself, man, I know it's somebody that could hire a SAP driver local. It gotta be, man. And it was like finding a needle in the haystack, basically. So, you know, I just got to applying. I didn't care where. I didn't care who. I got to applying. I got to applying at Cisco, U.S. Foods, Martin Brower, you know, anywhere. I didn't even care. I just didn't want to go back to delivering beer because that was garbage, and the pay was garbage also. And they paid every 2 weeks, like $1,400, 13, not even 14, like $1,200-$1,300 every 2 weeks. It's trash. I wasn't going for that. So, you know, about 2 weeks later, I got a call from Cisco. Had an interview. Everything was good. Come to find out Cisco don't hire SAP drivers. So I'm like, that's not new to me. You know, I've heard it before. Like literally the same day, U.S. Foods called me. We have an interview. The next, like, you know, a couple days later, we had a second interview. And that's when, like, the whole process of me having to go do the drug test and all that. I had to do the drug test and all that. Did it. You know, I was waiting on the results. First off, they messed up my drug test. They did a regular drug test and a regular physical. They didn't do a DOT drug test or physical, so I had to redo that, you know what I'm saying? Which also took a couple extra days. And, you know, I was actually getting pissed off because they was taking so damn long. It shouldn't take a month and a half to hire somebody. So, you know, we did that. I kept reaching back to them because they, you know, of course, they was taking too damn long. So I kept hitting them back. They kept, you know, they were communicative. They were emailing me back, you know, telling me, you know, the person who hired me, you know, he left and kind of left everything basically like in a scramble up in the air. So, you know, I feel like if I wasn't hitting them back as consistently as I was, I probably wouldn't be here. But I was like, bro, y'all need to tell me something. I already did the drug test. I done did the physical, this and that. I'm thinking myself, shit, I got this job. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like a week or so later, it was after my birthday already passed in October. And I say about November 1st is when they called me for orientation. Orientation, did that. I was officially hired November 7th. But it was a long, long process, man. So, after I was here for about 3 months, you know. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. After training was like, you know, a week and a half for me because I know what I'm doing. I know how to work. You know, this job is super easy to me. I was out of training like a week and a half. Got my own route. 3 months later, me being here, I became a trainer. Retarded. When I tell you work ethic retarded, I'm retarded. 3 weeks later, literally, maybe 3 months after me becoming a trainer, I became the lead driver here. So, you know, I'm doing people road tests. You know, I'm training people, of course. You know, I'm like the middleman between the employees and the supervisors right now. But like I said, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So my orientation check, let's talk about numbers. We're going to talk about numbers in this video too. Orientation check was about $800-900. I say, damn, I ain't never getting no orientation check that damn much. And orientation was 3 days. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Orientation was 3 days. $800-900 in 3 days for orientation. I was elated. And orientation was in New Orleans. I don't live in New Orleans. I'm not gonna tell y'all where I stay. Well, I live in Baton Rouge. New Orleans is like, you know, 40-45 minutes away. So bam. They wanted to put me in a hotel. I said, hell no, I am not staying in New Orleans. So they gave me like a little gas card to travel back and forth. $500. $500 just for gas to travel from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. I'm like, shit, I finna pay some bill with this. Cause you know, they was already taking too damn long hiring me, and I was out of work from my last job, driving with the owner operator. I was out of work. I quit that bit, and you know, I was out of work. I was waiting on US Foods to hire me. I didn't think they was gonna take a month and a half, so I had left her ass already. PSA, do not leave a job until the other job that you're trying to go to is everything's good. You already hired, you already got a start date. I know that, but it just ain't work out like that, you know. So money is good here. Money is good here, actually. I'm probably hit like, I'm on a track to making 80,000, 80K. I'm on track to making 80K the whole year. You know, I work overtime. Like, I do extra stuff. You know, I train. I run trailers to New Orleans on Saturdays. They pay me 3 hours to do that. It don't take 3 hours. On Saturdays, like, you know, early morning Saturdays, like, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm taking trailers to New Orleans after I just got off that Friday. And Fridays, I also make sure all the returns that's going to New Orleans on the trailer, make sure the trailer fueled up, and make sure the return's not damaged or nothing on Fridays after I get off. And that trailer goes down now. So, and I get paid 4 hours just for making sure the trailer got fuel in it, making sure the trailer is organized with whatever is going back to New Orleans. And they pay me 4 hours for that. It don't even take 15 minutes to do. You know, so I'm trying to get it anywhere I can. Any little crack I see where I could get it, I'm in that thing. You hear me? So that's that. Let's see what else. So yeah, like my first checks, instead of dwindling down, has been going up ever since I first started. Orientation check, $800-900. Can't really remember which one, but I know it was still good. First real check, $1,200. I was happy with that because I was happy with that. Next checks, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The highest check I had was like $2,000 before tax. And man, when I tell you, man, it's consistent. That's the thing. It's consistent. Now, that's really why I left over the road, because it wasn't consistent. You know, when I'm here at US Foods, I know what my check will be look like. You know what I'm saying? I know how many hours I need to work to, you know, get a $1,700 check. You know what I'm saying? And I make sure I get that, man. You trip. You know, I know how many hours I need. Work 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day, I'm done. 1,700. So now my checks are super consistent. I make between 1,600, 1,700 a week. You know, sometimes like holiday pay, when we get a holiday, you know, it'll be 18, 19 maybe, you know. But if I work like, you know, close to 50 hours in a week, it's gonna be around 17, 18 for sure. More likely on the 1,800 end. But weekly, I could expect my checks to be around no less than 1,650 to 1,750. Somewhere in that area, in between that area. So, yeah, and I ain't lying neither. I ain't lying. But yeah. So in conclusion, working at U.S. Foods has been a tremendous blessing for me and my family. I know it could be a blessing for you and your family. If anybody asks, any SAP drivers, you know, honestly, U.S. Food would be the first recommendation from me. You know what I'm saying? 100% will be the first recommendation from me. And then states, U.S. Foods in higher states like Chicago and all that, they make more than us. They make it more than us. They easily hitting 100,000. But they got other trucking companies like Benny Keith or something like that. I don't know if they have SAP drivers, but I encourage you to apply anyway. You know, but 100% U.S. Food does hire SAP drivers. All you have to do is do your damn job right, and they go keep you for as long as you want to be here. Honestly, don't be stupid on the road driving. Don't be wrecking. Watch what you're doing. Get out and look. Walk around the entire rig. Golden water. Come on. I mean, and we got little smaller trailers. I do back hauls with 53-footer trailers every now and then, but for the most part, I'm doing a route. You know. But as far as any other jobs, to be honest with y'all, as far as any other jobs like over the road, hiring SAP, all that, I honestly don't look at that. I don't check up on that because I'm here. I'm content where I'm at. You know, I'm making good money, so it's no need for me to really look anywhere else. But I know Sweet Express hires SAP drivers. That's over the road. I believe JB Hunt. I don't know. Some of my other past videos, I tell you who hires SAP drivers. I know U.S. Foods, not U.S. Foods, U.S. Express don't hire SAP drivers anymore. I know that for sure. But you know, reminder: just take what you could get, man. Take what you can get, make the best of it until you could go somewhere else, basically. And you know, as far as my SAP, I'm on step 5. They don't really drug test me here. They don't drug. I only took one drug test, and that was to start the job. They don't drug test regular. You know, they do randoms, but you got to do something real stupid to get random. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, they're not really worried about that. You know, and I haven't smoked in 2 years, like 2.5 years since my SAP. I made 2 years on my SAP. October 18th. So next year, in 2024, October 18th is gonna be my 3rd year. So technically, I could go to any other company and drive, because most people will want to take you after 3 years, but other people will say 5. But I'm almost at that milestone. You know, but it's hard for a SAP driver. So like I say, I'm gonna keep saying it. Take what you can get. If you don't like what you could get, you know, you'll still be in a truck. Still, you know, driving, still, you know, getting your experience, still doing something with your CDL. But, you know, it's hard. Like, it'll make you contemplate on doing a whole career change. Like, it's that hard. But, yeah, that's all I can think of right now at the top of my head, man. So, if you got any questions, just feel free to leave it in the comment section. I will reach back out to you. If you got any topics, anything you want me to make a video on, let me know. I got you. I'm going to lace you up on that as best as I can. But until then, man, y'all be safe. God bless y'all. Keep Jesus first. If you know, just failed your drug test and you in a SAP, you know, you got to look for a SAP. Go to saplist.com, find you a SAP driver. Go to saplist.com, find you a SAP professional, SAP counselor, whatever you want to call it. Search up your city, your state in that area. And find you a SAP counselor so you can hurry up and get back on the road. If you know anybody that if you know anybody that is still smoking, still doing what they want to do, and driving these trucks, man, you better smack them. Smack them, tell them to stop it. Smack the shit out of them, tell them to stop it. It is not worth the drugs, and having the CDL does not mix. It's like oil and water, man. It's like oil and water. Don't do it. If you know anybody that's doing drugs and driving trucks, tell them to stop. Tell them to stop. That's one of the worst decisions that you could be making right now. Stop it. But that's the end of my rant. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be good, man. Peace.